Hare Krishna devotees, my humble obeisances, my best wishes, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So here we are on Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj's disappearance day. Yeah, disappearance day. Again, and of course our hearts are sore. It's just amazing when you've known a person like that, but then you've lost them. Whew, Krishna. It's not easy to deal with at all. But as Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, that he reasons ill who thinks that Vaishnavas die while thou art living still in sound. The Vaishnav dies to live, and while living tries to spread the holy names around. So of course we all know, I think we all know, how Bhakti Churu Maharaj was spreading the holy names all around the world. It was quite fantastic, actually. Yeah, but at the same time, and we've lost his personal association, but at the same time, as Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, that he reasons ill who thinks that Vaishnavas die when the Vaishnava is still living in sound. And this is such a vital thing to remember. You know, it's part of Achintya Abhed Tattva, actually. Simultaneous oneness and difference. Yeah, this type of situation, in that the difference is there because he's not physically present, so that's very different from how it used to be. But then the oneness is there on the spiritual platform because, well, one reasons ill to think that Vaishnavas die while the Vaishnavas are living still, while Bhakti Churu Maharaj is living still in sound. And you know, this is such a crucial point in these types of relationships. It's not difficult to get lost in the difference. Yeah, that he's not present with us any longer as he was when we could see him, we could speak with him, he would speak with us like that. But still he's living in sound. That oneness is there also. You know, what happened with some devotees, I mean, I think not a small number actually, when Srila Prabhupada left this world, they'd been very dependent on Prabhupada's personal association, which they had had a lot of. But now that personal association, of course, was gone. And the difference was really very extreme for them. And they couldn't really adjust to the fact that thou art living still in sound. They couldn't adjust. I won't mention any names, but I just know as a fact because I knew a number of these devotees, at least to some degree personally. And they sort of, well, not just sort of, but they actually drifted away from Krishna consciousness. And if ever you'd meet them and you start talking about Prabhupada, immediately they'd wake up. In most, or I don't know about all cases, but so many, they'd wake up and become inspired. But then as soon as we had to sort of get down to business as usual in ISKCON, then they just sort of lose their inspiration and lose the contact. It was really quite something to observe. And in this way, you know, it's kind of an unusual point to make, but I think it's true, is that devotees like myself, like Parthasarathi Maharaj and Ramanujacharya Prabhu, devotees who we had just very little personal association with Prabhupada. So even though some contact would be there personally, like I was in England at that time, Prabhupada would visit for a few days, 2 or 3 times a year, sometimes 4 times in a year, passing through between India and America. So we were not with Prabhupada on an extended basis, personally, working with him, discussing with him. So when he departed this world, of course it was what a shock to the system. But otherwise, just in sort of the regular terms of how we were living, when he was here and when he was gone physically, there wasn't a big difference. There wasn't a very big difference, as there was for others who are, working with him and associating with him on a daily basis, regularly. So, that doesn't mean to say that for me or Parthasarathi Maharaj, Ramanujacharya Prabhu, doesn't mean that it was easy for us when Prabhupada left. But it seems to me it wasn't as difficult as it was for some others who had been very close to Prabhupada. So, yeah. So, this is the ultimate situation in regards to what we're observing today. Srila Bhakti Churu Maharaj's Tirobhava festival, his disappearance day. And, we don't want to, we must not become like those different Prabhupada disciples who'd been very close, but then Prabhupada left and they just couldn't sort of bridge the gap between having his personal association and just not being able to get it. We have to take that understanding of the oneness. He reasons ill who thinks that Vaishnavas die while thou art living still in sound. Because that's transcendence, that's Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means the association with the spiritual master is eternal. It means whether he's present or not, but he's always present. I mean, whether he's physically present or not, but he's present. And Bhakti Churu Maharaj definitely is present in your lives. And he's watching you and sometimes subtly interacting, maybe sometimes not so subtly also. So we really have to be able to embrace this service in separation and relationship in separation. We need to work on that. And then we'll find as Prabhupada's disciples, those who have really pushed on and really absorbed themselves in his service in separation physically, but together on the spiritual level, we feel his presence, and life is ecstatic. Life is wonderful. The relationship is there. We feel his presence so strongly. Yeah. And therefore we happily continue on, even though he's not physically with us. So, I say this a lot under these circumstances. I've probably told all of you that many times. Don't mind me if I have done so. But really, it's of such importance. It's almost incalculable importance compared to just feeling the loss, feeling the separation. So there you go, devotees. That's what I have to say this time. Unfortunately, I'm not here. I'm in Europe now. But my very best wishes to all of you, my prayers to Srila Prabhupada, to Radha and Krishna, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Devi. And my prayers to Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj. May you all be blessed with realization and happiness in service, even though it's in separation. Hare Krishna. Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.